Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we're going to discuss something big that happened in World of Tanks console, aka the implementation of MBT or Modern Battle Tank. Those tanks are definitely not from the future but from the modern era, and obviously if they were to be implemented in something else than World of Tanks console, they should have their own matchmaking due to the fact that with the ammunition they are carrying, the type of ammunition, the armor they have, the mobility, everything, they would completely destroy any single tank that Wargaming implemented, even the most broken one, which implies that for these kind of tanks, yes, they have to get a special matchmaking. And that's something World of Tanks console understood, because if I'm not mistaken, as they're implementing those tanks into console, they are gonna make their kind of own game like it was a DLC or something like that, for the other tanks not to be annoyed by those tanks that would be completely broken. But the real question is, will we be able to see those tanks in World of Tanks Blitz or even in World of Tanks at one point? Here you take a look at War Thunder replay, and War Thunder already understood that the best way to attract customers is to propose a vast majority of tanks being implemented from World War I to the modern era. And that's something Wargaming is refusing all along, and they have been saying that for a while now, and they are even going to use it as jokes for April Fools, etc. I remember they did this 6 years ago, and I think it's a loss for Wargaming. Let me explain. What I mean here is, if World of Tanks doesn't evolve, War Thunder will become the #1, if it's not the #1 already, because unlike World of Tanks PC, War Thunder doesn't receive as much hate as World of Tanks PC does. And even if maybe it's for the right or for the wrong, I guess that's something that would allow World of Tanks PC to shine again, would be the implementation of such a game mode. Obviously, if they were gonna do that, if they had to do that, they will have to make it balanced, which is, I think, the hardest bet for Wargaming at this point. But I'm truly sure that if Wargaming really wanted to add them, they could. But the real question is, why? Why can't we see it right now? Why can't we see those great Leopard 2 A6, AIM-1 Abrams, etc. being implemented into the game? And the answer is quite simple, because those tanks are not fitting neither the game itself, the game mechanisms, or even the matchmaking at that point. This tank you're seeing right now will go at more than 60 kilometers per hour, have more than 500 millimeters of overall armor, plus a gun that reloads in 6 seconds and would probably do like 500 damage. Just imagine how powerful that is compared to the World War II tank era or even Cold War tank era. It's something that would completely destroy everything, which means that if they were to be implemented, they will have to get a special matchmaking, which implies that Wargaming will have to release either a DLC or adapt all their mechanisms to those new tanks. And the problem is that by doing this, they'll have to spend quite a lot of money, and I don't think that it's worth it for Wargaming at the moment. But don't worry. If we talk about what would come in the future, I'm pretty sure that at one point World of Tanks PC will have to add those new tanks in the game, because at one point you can't find new tanks to talk about or new tanks to implement into the game. At one point you will have done everything in your power to implement the tanks from World War II and Cold Era, which means and implies that you will have to get yourself to the modern tanks. Is it bad? Is it good? That's only my opinion, but I think it's good. Tell me yours in the comment. I would be curious to know how you guys would react about such an announcement coming from World of Tanks Blitz or even World of Tanks PC. Now, the real question is, beside that, when could we expect that? For the moment, World of Tanks PC is still finding tanks again and again. But if you take a look at World of Tanks PC, they are trying or starting to implement tanks from the modern era. If you take a look at the brand new CZ tank, I think it's the CV55 that got implemented, the tier 10 Czechoslovakian heavy tank. And they start to look modern, because now Wargaming is running out of ideas when it comes to World War II and Cold War tank, which implies that yes, in the future we will maybe be able to see all those tanks being implemented in the game. Is it gonna be good? In my opinion, yes, but it's all a matter of opinion. Hopefully you enjoyed that little video. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what we could expect to be implemented into the game. Now, that being said, we are gonna stop the video now. Just tell me in the comments what you think about that, and hopefully I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.
One of our tracks is damaged. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy hit. Enemy hit. Penetration. Enemy hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration.